Simplify your dado cuts with the Woodpecker's Dado Setup Fixture, or DSF. And when paired with the Woodpecker's Gap Gauge, tedious dado setups are a thing of the past. The traditional method for setting up dado cuts can be a repetitive, frustrating pursuit. And without a precise way to measure dado width, or securely arrange the dado stack, you're forced to reach inside your saw again and again to get the right cut. By mimicking the mounting of the dado set on your table saw, the DSF allows for an easy, ergonomic setup. Just take a physical reading of the material with the gap gauge. Then match with the DSF to set the perfect dado width, eliminating the need for multiple test cuts, saving time and stress. The DSF incorporates a 5/8" brass arbor and threaded knob that fully compresses the dado stack, just as your saw's arbor nut would, and can accommodate dados up to 15/16 of an inch thick. Quickly secure the DSF with a bench vise by drilling into a work surface and inserting the included 3/8" pins, or mount to a Festool MFT with its perfectly matched bushings. A clever addition to your shop, the gap gauge makes gauging the thickness of material or the dimensions of a joint a one-step operation. And the mini gap gauge is perfect for mortise and tenon joinery.
The ways that I find this useful out in the field are really endless. Constructing cabinets, building decks, any kind of small framing. When I'm on a ladder, if I can have the Zackrabbit, one impact driver, I'm just ready to go at all times. For professionals, what it really does is replace the need for 2 drills. The Zackrabbit allows me to pre-drill and countersink. And with the holster, I can remove the tool without ever letting go of the piece that I'm working on. The mag ring bit magnetizer keeps my screw connected to the driver bit, meaning I can complete the process without the use of my spare hand. Zackrabbit, the new standard for wood screw construction.
Lucas with FastCap. I'm just going to do a quick overview on one of our products. It's called the Jigadeck. A Jigadeck comes in a set of 2. They look like this, and they have nice handles on them that snap on. You can easily carry these around to your job site, throw them in your tool belt, in your pocket, whatever you want to do. And these are, as the name might imply, a jig for installing decking. So to use it, you can take the handle right off the 2 little tabs there, and you can see there's 2 holes in the Jigadeck for the handle. So the handle slides right through, just like that. And if you do that to both of your Jigadecks, then you are ready to install decking. So on the Jigadeck, you can see there's holes here for your joint screws and field screws, and they're marked out for either 2x6 boards or for 2x4 boards, so it'll work for either one. And the handle, when it slides through here, is a spacing shim. And so when you go to install a deck, all you have to do is pop the handles through here. Once you have your first board in, for every further board, you just drop the Jigadeck down on it and put one on either side of the board you're installing. Grab your next board and slide it up tight onto the spacing shim, and then you just hammer your screws right through the holes that are in the deck. Using this, even a beginner can look like a pro when they build their deck. Get yours today at fastcap.com.
The Veritas drilling kit is a great on-site kit for installation work. The top layer contains all of the tapered bits needed for countersinking many different size screws from number 6 to number 14. As well, 2 sizes of snug plug cutters for making those screw heads disappear. There is also a set of nylon storage boxes perfect for storing your own stuff to use with the kit, like driver bits. The lower tray contains a selection of commonly used imperial and metric brad point bits, including bits used with the 32mm cabinetry system. The French-fitted foam has a contrasting inner layer which alerts you to missing parts in the kit. And of course, the custom black and yellow mini T-lock sustainer will protect your bits. Perfect for the woodworker on the go.
So I'm going to show you how to cut and mount our Circle Pro 200 Max. Now the first thing we need to do is line up the circles onto our hole guide. So today we're going to use a DeWalt. So we're going to use these 2 circles right here. We're going to line up the Circle Pro Max 200 right on there. As you can see, we're going to transfer that over to our router. So we've already pre-mounted our centering pin here. So what we're going to do is take our Circle Pro and we're going to line up the holes just like that. And we're going to take our screws and we're going to start screwing it in. So next we're going to pop out our centering pin and our centering disc. And we're going to insert our 1/4 inch cutting bit. So now that we have our Circle Pro mounted, we're going to find the correct pivot hole for our 7 1/4 inch circle we're making. So I'm finding my 7-inch mark on the scale here, on the horizontal scale. I'm going to find the 1/4 inch right there. I'm going to run those 2 up, meet right there in the middle, and put the centering pin through the pivot hole, just like that. Then I'm going to find my middle part of this board right here, and I'm going to drill about halfway into that. So one of the tricks I like to use is using double-sided tape underneath the cutting surface to make sure your board doesn't shift at all while the router is making the circle. So now we're going to align our pivot pin into our pivot hole. Stand there. Make sure that's good. Make sure we have clearance all the way around. Looks good. Let's get cutting. We're going to start cutting.
You